Hey friends, let's process all this chaos together. It is Thursday, September 11th at 5 p.m. It's just over 24 hours after the big incident, and it feels like today is even more chaotic than yesterday, as though that could even be possible. So I wanted to come on and take a few minutes to help you breathe and unpack all of the fears that are swirling right now. Yesterday, the day of the incident, many of us were still struggling to process and wrap our head around what was a developing story, with information still coming out and speculation just beginning. Now, today, we are in the full wild speculation mode, not only in theories about the event itself, but in fears of what this will mean for the immediate and long-term future. And if you spend any amount of time on social media today, it is a level of loud and crazy that I rarely remember seeing. It is a lot out there. And I just want to remind you right now that just because someone else feels certain of a thing, just because someone else has locked into panic, fear, anger, and they're trying to rile you to join them in that, it doesn't mean that they're right. And it doesn't mean that you have to join them in their fear. It feels like it, doesn't it? It feels like if we don't pay attention, we won't be prepared for what comes next. And that's not true. Our nervous system clings to that because that is how it protects itself. It's how it protects us and keeps us alive. But that is a nervous system stress response. That is not higher truth. Just because someone else is certain of a thing does not mean it is inevitable. And just because someone else is afraid of a thing does not mean you have to join them in their fear. There are many, many, many different perspectives today, both about what has happened, perhaps certain truths about what has happened that are not yet known, and about what may happen in the immediate future and in the long term, as I've said. Just because these arguments are persuasive or highly emotionally charged does not mean they are inevitable, because every theory that someone puts out is filtered through their perspective. Now, they may have some sort of expertise in an area, in a field, that makes their piecing together of the story highly credible. But again, it is through their singular perspective. It is not the whole truth. The whole truth is that this is so much bigger and more complex, and that we do not need to know all of it. In fact, we actually don't need to know any of it. We don't. It is so tempting to dive into all these little rabbit holes and get all the information because we're uncertain, we're afraid, we feel very unsteady. And when other people creep in telling us they have the information, they have the insight, it is tempting. It feels safe somehow. Even if they're making us afraid, it feels safe somehow because they're providing something that feels like facts, evidence, information that we didn't have before. That is a false sense of safety. That is just basically something for your worried brain to latch on to. It doesn't mean it's true, and it doesn't mean that it will bring you any actual safety or certainty in this time. The long road to healing is not actually about finding objective truth. And I know this as both a psychic and a healer. Even though I provide insights into what's coming next, into what potentials we're walking into, we're never given the whole picture. We're never given the whole truth. And many people, I wouldn't say truth, we're not given the whole story. And many people want to cling to a psychic because they say they have the information that I don't have and this better be right and they're going to tell me. And when they tell me the whole truth, I will then feel secure. But again, that is just a nervous system attempt at finding stability. Our stability, our peace, is not in digesting all the information we can swallow. Our peace is in the big picture, anchoring into the big picture of our safety. I know that seems backwards. I know we don't feel safe right now, but the big picture is just what I said in my video the other day when I was having a panic attack. And I said, the big picture truth is humans are evolving. Humans are uniting. Humans are coming together, and we are incredible at evolving specifically through contrast and challenging times. And I know it is very loud out there, and we seem more divided than ever. But again, what this incident is doing, this is that historical bingo that I've been talking about, the revealing of the collective shadows. And it is so freaking ironic that today is 9/11. No, it's not ironic, it's perfect. It's perfect. It's historical bingo. We've had another traumatic event that has both somehow united us as well as deeply divided us. We are right back in that traumatic energy. So none of what we're feeling or going through is actually new. This is all a repeat. This is all a regurgitation. And what it really is it's amplifying and it is revealing what we might not have been able to see before. I know that I myself have been surprised to find out what some people in my inner circle truly think about that person and about the administration. And it's been uncomfortable and it's been jarring. And although it feels like new information to me, it's actually not. It's actually just a revelation of what was already there that I did already know to a certain degree. So this is again part of that overall process of revealing what we haven't seen so that we can have more of the actual information to process our immediate reality. Not the big chaotic stuff that's happening out there somewhere else to people we don't actually know. It's reflecting things about the truth of our inner circle. And that is perhaps why it's even more unsettling. So in these instances, just like all the others that we've been walking through this year and how many decades before, we're going to tend to our mental health. We're going to pull back from all the crazy. We are going to resist the urge to doom scroll, to try to find more information, to try to self-soothe by the dopamine hit of scrolling. And yes, we're even going to pull back from the personal ways this has affected us and the people we know and what it has revealed about our world. We are going to use our breath work. We're going to use our tools, our nervous system regulation to help calm the body down. And then we're going to use our mantras for terrible times. You can find them in my emotional support playlist. We're going to say, now that this has happened, what's the best that could come of this? We're going to ask, how good could this get? What potential for healing does this provide? What opportunity for unity does this provide? Or at the very least, what clarity does this give me on how people in my inner circle view the world in a way that's different from me, that will allow me to change my approach in my conversations with them? And when we do come upon different theories and different ideas, whether it's about the incident itself or whether it's about how people are choosing to speak of this man or verbalize their emotional experience, we don't have to instantly agree or disagree with someone. We can observe, not absorb, and say, isn't that interesting? How do I feel about that? Do I like how that feels? Does that make me uncomfortable? Do I want to feel more of that, less of that? Does that make me say, ooh, that makes me feel weird in a way I can't quite define? Everyone else's emotional experiences are just invitations to go deeper into our own emotional experience. Not because we have to join someone in their truth or in their emotionality, but because the opinions of others are helpful in helping us understand our own feelings. And if all else fails, you can just get under a cozy blanket with your favorite snack, a good book, your comfort TV show, and just take care of you. Find comfort in whatever way you can. You won't get out of this feeling by diving into the crazy. You get out of it by addressing your emotional and physical needs. And from that place of being grounded, of being calm, only then can we move forward to untangle the more complex emotions behind it. As always, I'm right here beside you, and we will get through this together.